I wanted to show you the world through my lens. So I made a collection of clips and pieces that give insight into my perspective, a type of magnification on detail, color, texture, and form. My overarching research questions are: develop my own artwork in terms of material complexity and aesthetic reach. Understand and place myself more concretely in the world of art and design through research and connecting with relevant people. My research questions related to the upcoming ILE are: working with integrating robotics into textile pieces. How can I use movement as a tool for design through electronics? I will continue my investigation of kinetic fashion. I've been using DC motors to rotate lace and feathers in order to give life to what I make. I'm doing this for several reasons: innovation in fashion and its synthesis with technology. Impact. I showed a robotic piece at a fashion event during the summer. The responses I got to this piece were extremely positive. It evokes wonder and makes the impossible possible. My second research question related to the upcoming ILE is: develop my website and my social media presence, and reach out to artists and designers who interest me and ask them questions about their practice. I want to gain understanding of whether I am an artist or a designer, or both. Am I simply a maker? Could I make a living selling what I make? Is there a need for that? Does the world need another fashion designer? Does the world need another artist? I'm trying to situate myself in society and not grow separately to it. I will work on answering these questions and hopefully gain insight into my own hurdles, as well as those placed by society. In my first ILE, I worked closely with an individual artist. I spent a lot of time working with him in his atelier, but there was plentiful time for conversing. I quizzed him on the many aspects of being an artist and got a better understanding of what the day-to-day work really consists of. This motivates me to move further with that research and reach out to different types of people: artists, designers, curators, scientists, craftspeople, so I can get a larger perspective on the topic. My motivation will be a search for clarity on the realities of living as an artist and/or designer. I wanted to work in a more intimate setting. In my last ILEs, I worked in a metal studio and then in a millinery workshop. Whilst I gained a lot of technical knowledge from these experiences, I felt my own creative organ pleading for attention. I have a strong desire to create my own work. I will be doing this in collaboration with others. However, I will be in control of the creative aspects of these projects. My collaborators will be offering technical support as well as giving input into final visualizations. Process. I will begin with rigorous testing and experimentation using DC motors. I have already begun learning the basics of electronics. I will continue researching and broadening my knowledge of this topic. In January, my collaboration partner and I will spend a week working intensely on developing our smart textile. We will also be having check-ins throughout the ILE. I will also reach out to other creatives whose practice inspires me, setting up interviews and asking them questions about their practice. How do they balance being authentic and financially stable? What are their most important resources? What is their perspective on the current state of art and design? I will also work on my website and develop my social media presence, beginning by doing some in-depth research into websites that inspire me and give clarity to the viewer about the work of the artist. I will then develop my own website and bring it up to date with my current work. Outcomes. Developing and experimentation will be followed by production, This will lead to prototyping and outcomes. These will vary. Some may be garments, others will be textile samples. I will reach the end of my ILE with a collection of worked out garments and textile samples with which I will create a visualization in order to publish them online. At the end of this ILE, I would like to have a better understanding of working with electronics. I would also want to have gained confidence in my own making skills. I also hope to have more clarity on how I would like to exist in the world working as a creative. I'm hoping that my talks with creatives will contribute to that and help me create an up-to-date website that gives a clear and authentic view of my work, and help me share my work more professionally. Related to my artistic research. I want to develop myself and my art through experimentation, research, and creation. How can I find depth in my research? How can I give my work a stronger conceptual meaning whilst keeping the aesthetic strength and complexity? Regarding my current interest in submissive and dominant relationships related to BDSM practices, I became fascinated with the bondage technique called mummification. The bonded will be completely restrained in fabric or even silicone. I've reached out to practitioners and I am in the process of trying to organize an interview. I've come across ample examples of this technique being used online, but as of yet, I have been unable to find details of why they do it. From examples on Reddit, I've noticed a lot of practitioners refer to it as extremely comfortable and compare it to being in a human cocoon. Others will do it to themselves and eliminate the sexual element from the whole thing, thus transforming it into an act of comfort, safety, perhaps some type of regression into a fetus, womb-like state. My current artistic research is born from my own instinct. While researching this topic, I find myself looking inward as well as outward. Whilst everything I do is a response to the world around me, I find myself in incubation with this current idea. This means that my curiosity is guiding me, and outcome is hard to see. I am in the experiment of it all. I am currently questioning what exists in between masochism and sadism. Is there a third option? Is it a purely binary experience, a dichotomy where there is no in-between? Is it functional relieving stress? What is the connection with fashion? I think of the dresser versus the model being dressed. The core of it is the explicit exchange of power, symbolic power. When you are powerless, you are indeed powerful. The individual is using deprivation as a means to reach some state of pleasure. In the aesthetics case, this would be classed as nirvana or enlightenment. In the mummy's case, this could be sexual pleasure or a feeling of intense power, achieved by allowing oneself to be completely controlled. So where do I come in? Am I submissive to my own creative urges? Or am I dominant as the dresser and creator of worlds? I see escapism, I see power, I see the urge for silence, the urge to allow yourself freedom from control, allowing another to take the responsibility of your existence, even for a short time. Intense trust between two individuals. I'm working on a few different pieces right now, but this is the one which is taking up most of my time. I'm trying to finish it in time for a shoot on the 20th, so I need to have it done by then. I started this piece in March this year, so it's been on the go for a long time. It's a long process of transformation. You begin with this very flat, bland looking piece of lace, and basically you need to bring it to life and make it into something which looks like it could have grown itself. It's also an exercise in making it look effortless, like the birds or mice made it. I'd say I'm probably in a sadomasochistic relationship with this piece, but I'd say that we exchange roles on a regular basis. I mean, you would think that I would be the dominant party, but as the dress grows, it's becoming more and more dominant in my life. I wake up, I walk in the room, I see it looking at me, screaming to be finished. So maybe I'm the submissive one. Because in the end, I'm the one who needs to finish it.
Keep it. Okay, stop.